Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about something semi-personal, I guess. I know for some people the holidays are such a fun time where you get to meet and see and be with your family, or this could literally be the time of year that's like your most depressive, the one that you're feeling the loneliest, the saddest. So why not talk about it? I mean, I don't know when this video is going to actually go up because I'm pre-recording videos, but I wanted to be a little bit more raw with you guys. I mean, I've been pretty raw lately, I feel like, but, you know. Also, can we just take a second to admire the fact that I have a mic on my boobs and it's trying to do, I don't know if you guys know, but I have I have not been diagnosed, so don't come at me and be like, weird, like, have you gone to a doctor about this? Have you talked about this? I get really bad seasonal depression, which is funny because actually my body can't handle heat either. So I don't do well in the summer, and I don't do well in the winter, which is such like, I know like talking about that is like, what the fuck? How does that work? I don't know. I have a heat intolerance or whatever it's fucking called, and then I get seasonal depression during the winter. And I think it's more because of like my childhood and like all the things that go bad tend to go bad in the end of the year. It's also because like, yeah, like a lot of bad things happen to me in the end of the year, so like my association with the end of the year is bad things. And I'm not saying that every year is like that, but like when you have like 2 or 3 or even like maybe like 5 years in a row where bad things happen around this time, you just kind of stop being as excited for winter. I think it's also like a vitamin deficiency thing, but it's like also like external things. And so, I mean, last year I actually didn't have like a bad winter. It's just I still had seasonal depression, but it wasn't bad. Like, I honestly think like the time I had itself was a good time, but I still had seasonal depression. Does that make sense? Can y'all like can y'all like keep up with me? I don't know. I feel like I'm just all over the place because again, it's hard. I feel like people think it's easy to be raw on the internet. It isn't. I feel like, especially in this time of year, feeling lonely and feeling like, even like, I think the worst part though is when you're feeling depressed and lonely even when you're with people, because sometimes it's not even that you're not around people. Like, you could be in a whole room of people and you feel so alone, and I think that's the one that like really gets, I mean, all of it. Like, I get, first, I'm gonna start off by saying I'm a very independent person, but I do get, like, especially in the last year or two, I've been getting really, really sad and lonely a lot more because I work from home now. I used to be a server and a receptionist, so those are things where you constantly talk to people. And I was doing that for like 2-3 years, and now that I'm doing stuff on my own at home, pretty much like most of my day is either editing YouTube videos, taking pictures for my shop, or just internet stuff. Like, the most interaction I feel like I have is either with my boyfriend, who also works during the day, so I don't really see him during the day, or it's like YouTube videos where those are very like mentally bad because those people you feel like are your friends because you're listening to them talk to you, but they don't know that you exist. I mean, I've had some great experiences with YouTubers once I did get to talk to them, but I'm saying like in the day-to-day, they don't know you, you know more about them, which is kind of like a weird, like, what is it, like, I don't know what it's called, like, you know, like those stalker things where like you can see, like, the stalker watches you sleep and like they know everything about your life, but you don't know anything about theirs because you don't know they're there, like those like horror movie shits. That's what like it made me think of. I don't know, there's a word for that too, and then I can't even think about it, but yeah, like, and so like this year I know that like I get lonely and sad a lot more. I actually went on a solo trip this year, and honestly, during it I was really lonely. I mean, I did also meet up with my friends and my family, like, but a lot of the time I did spend alone. I was in hotel rooms alone. I was in not really hostels, but like hostels, and I do spend a lot. Like, even before then, I've been a very independent person. I used to, like, when I would work and have to talk to people a lot, I liked going shopping alone. I liked walking alone. I liked being in my own space, typically. But because first of all, I've talked about this a few times, and if you have been in this channel for a bit, you know this. Quit my job in 2018, July of 2018. It is currently November 2019. Like my main jobs, I had 2 jobs and I quit those. I mean, I had like little bitty kind of try to work again jobs in between that and now, but nothing's really worked out. And like, so my social intake completely different than what it was like a year or 2 years ago. And so as before I craved to be alone, now I kind of crave and jump off energy when I'm with people. But it's also kind of complicated because I also have really bad anxiety now, even when I just step out of my home, which is so bad. But I think with that anxiety though, with me anyway, I feel like I just kind of just have to push through it. Because sometimes it's like things I have to do. Like if I have to go to the post office that day to drop up a package, I have to fucking do it. It's not like, maybe I have to do it. It's like, no, I have to do. And like, and I might do another video about, like, I plan to do another video about why I have no friends, which is kind of like, it's not clickbait, but it is clickbait, because like I do technically have friends. I mean, a lot of people who say I don't have friends, they have friends. It's just, it's not as easily accessible as you get older. That's just what it is. You are going to be a lot more alone, or you have to make new friends when you get older, because people like that you grew up with, or even like your friends in your early 20s that are in different fields, like they just aren't as available anymore. Which, I mean, good, you know, good for them becoming adults. Let's all become adults. But it's like, and I think it's also that too. That's like, oh, you go from when you're a child, at least me, I went to public school in New York, having to be with these people all day, like having to hang out with people all day pretty much. And then typically once you get into middle school, you start hanging out with your friends after school, so you spend like all the time after school time with your friends. And then like in high school I did that too, and so there's so much more social interaction when you're younger. And I think it's just so weird and different as you get older. And I think that's why like a lot of older people who aren't married, I'm like 24, I'm not that old, do feel a lot more loneliness, because it's kind of hard once you are in your work, especially if you're in a work field with, like, let's say people who aren't, like, yes, when you're in a work field, you are with people who are like-minded, right? But if you think about, like, if you're in, like, a mainly, let's say you're in fashion and you're like a straight woman and there isn't very many straight guys, you're less likely to date straight guys from your job. Does that make sense? Do I make sense? I feel like I'm like, you have to find people who are like-minded that are willing to also be around you. And also, you have to also be, like, connectable. This is such a rant. I mean, I might still put it up because I think it's, like, the video itself, I think, as of right now, is just, I don't know what I'm going to title this, which is typically my case with any chatty videos I do. Yeah, I feel like that's the case with most of the chatty videos I do. It kind of goes everywhere because I have really bad ADHD. And whenever I say that, people get upset too, but I actually do, like, legitimately. So I'm sorry. What are your thoughts? Like, do you guys have seasonal depression? Do you guys feel that when, you know, like, nah, if you guys are adults, if you guys are my age range? I don't actually know what my demographic is, so if you guys are my age range, how have you been since transitioning into a different life? Oh, okay, I just hit a bunch of points and then not really want any completed any points. So if there's any discussion videos that you guys want me to talk about, so if there's any, I feel like I hit a lot of discussion points but I didn't really go into any. So if there's any that you guys would want me to talk about or my experience about it, I think it's that it's kind of like my coming out video where I don't think I really, like, I talked about, I feel like this is kind of like my coming out video where I haven't watched it in a while, but from what I remember, I think about it, I don't feel like I was talking much about actually my sexual orientation. I felt like I was talking more about just the idea of coming out, which if you guys don't know, I'm bi, but yeah. So I'm just throwing a bunch of videos here, yes, but yeah, if you, like I said, if you guys have any video ideas, if you guys want to talk about anything, let's just talk about it in the comments below. Okay, bye.